wherever you may be. Welcome to another episode of your Average Day Joes. I'm your host, C.
And Jay, so
What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, man, I have to sometimes think about the days because when I'm on vacation, my days are like, wait, I got to make sure it's the right day. But yeah, man, happy to be here with you guys, like always, giving you guys, the latest trends. We give you guys sports trends, sports scores. We go over pretty much all the sports. We go over crypto. We go over your guys' astrology, horoscopes, and movies of the day, conspiracy. So stick with us and let us get on and get in with the show. What's going on with you, Jay, man? How you feeling today, brother? You missing me yet?
I'm just a little sore, just a little sore. That's
Yeah.
it, just handling business, life business, investments, and yeah, just planning out moves, man. Obviously cooking, eating, and yeah, just it's cool recovering from the gym, which is great, you know.
You know what's kind of cool about the whole gym thing is, now that me and you be going, and I definitely like, I feel like much stronger than I have in a while.
Yeah.
And today I was hitting up the jet skis in Havasu, and dude, like usually, like after a while, like it'll be really hard for me to like hold the grip on the accelerator because of all the waves and shit that you're jumping up off.
Yeah.
But with the gym, I noticed with me going to the gym, I noticed that I didn't have that struggle at all. Like I had like a tight grip the whole time. I was in like much better grip than I would have if I wasn't going to the gym. I definitely know that because I've ridden jet skis in the past and I wasn't going to the gym. You know what I mean? So this was
Yeah.
definitely kind of like it was like a solid feel. Like, oh yeah, I got this. But I don't use sunscreen, so the one thing that I had to do that probably looked kind of funny, but like I don't mind getting burned on my body, but the one place, bro, there's only one place where I refuse. I will do whatever I need to do to not get burned because if I get burned in this one place, bro, I cannot do nothing. Like I can't fucking literally cannot do nothing. And that's my feet, bro. So I literally was on the jet skis with riding with my socks on, dog.
That doesn't matter, man. Don't you have? I thought you had
Uh,
water shoes. You don't have water shoes?
I did. I didn't bring them though because I was taking on the plane, and
Oh.
with the plane they
Oh,
don't
okay.
let you. You have to pay for like carry on and stuff. So I just took a backpack. I don't have enough room for all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got it.
it's all good though. It's all good. But yeah, man. So I was rolling those jet skis. It was actually pretty calm today on the lake. River was warm. Me and the wife we jumped off the jet ski one time. Kind of like just like dipped ourselves in the lake. Because
Yeah,
it was really warm. So pretty
that's
nice.
cool. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Still some baddies out here too, man. So it's good, man. It's good.
That's nothing out of the ordinary. It's Arizona.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Was there
Exactly.
hella people at the cove or no?
Nah, it wasn't nothing like that. It was like nothing like it was like when we're like going, like
Oh, so it's
there
a
was
little
no,
quiet.
yeah, there was no boats lined up anywhere or
Oh,
nothing like that.
wow. Okay, so no boat. Wow, so it's
Yeah.
extra quiet.
Yeah, it was extra
Oh,
quiet. And you know
wow.
what they did? I don't know if they're doing this just because it's not like spring break anymore, but now when you like take the boat out,
Uh-huh.
you actually have to go the opposite way because the channel, the way that it goes is so like you rent the jet ski and then you like make a left and you kind of go out of the channel like from the left, and
Yeah.
now you have to go underneath the bridge to the right and you have to
Oh, and
go
go
out of
out
the
the other
channel
way?
that way.
Oh,
Yeah, you go
wow.
out the other way. So then I don't even know if they allow people to, like, it says do not enter when you're trying to go in that way. Like there's a big sign now that says "Do not enter."
So when you're heading back, you could go the regular way, right?
When you're headed back, you can only go back the same way you came in. So you
Oh,
can't,
damn,
you
so you got to
can't,
go under the bridge?
yeah, you
Oh,
can't go the
man.
other way anymore.
Oh, that
Yeah, it's.
sucks.
I think I know why they did it though, because when you actually look at it, when you go that way, there is a little bit more room for boats. The other way was a little bit more like the channel kind of like narrowed in a little bit more,
Yeah.
and then I feel like that's why they did it because I think people were probably like hitting each other or something, like with the
Yeah, but
boats.
that's where everyone lines up.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I think they wanted it to go the other way because they don't want people like always like so close hitting each other.
Got it. But you think during spring break is different that you still go out that way, where when they're all because
I thought so,
if
but
you're
then
lining up, I mean,
yeah,
if you're lining up, you have to go that way. Like if you
I
have them
mean,
all lined up, like they usually line them all the way up, all the way to the end. You know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I
Maybe
mean, you would have to go that way to line up.
right. So maybe they do change it for that time. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it only makes sense because if everyone's lined up like, You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
you have to go that
Right,
way. So that
right.
okay, but that's cool that they go the other way now. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
so they're going the other way, which is kind of nice. Like I said, it's a little bit shorter to get into the actual lake,
Yeah,
and you have like the whole like channel getting a little bit wider, you know,
it's just longer to get to the cold part.
to the cove. Yeah, to the cove.
You have to go all the
So
way around now.
I know. So I actually went since I went out that way. I actually just kept going straight down that way out because I never really go that way. I usually go the other way with you, like the way we usually go towards the cove.
Yeah.
So this time I went. So this time I explored the opposite way, and I got a little scared because it got shallow hella quick. So I had to like go back the other way after like a
Oh
little bit,
shit.
you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause I don't want the jet ski to like things go underneath and then like what happened to
Oh,
you,
I
you know.
know. I
Yeah,
know. Seaweed. Too much seaweed, bro.
exactly,
I remember
exactly.
that.
I think it's probably like called lake weed, but yeah, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My
The
bad.
lake weed.
That shit was getting all up under there, bro.
I know, dude, I can't believe that was the first time I ever like experienced something like. I mean, it was you my boy, but like somebody with me who was jet ski, they couldn't run because shit got stuck underneath. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we went everywhere
crazy.
that day. That's for
Nah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, that's yeah. We actually went down the channel like we had to
Yeah,
fill up, bro, ourselves, which
that's what I
usually they
mean.
do that for you.
Yeah, we had to get the gas. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's crazy. All right, well. Let us get in to the show with some Jay Did You Know? So let me see what I got for Jay today. Jay, let's see. Did you know that Californians are calling on Donald Trump to declare a state of emergency?
For what?
They're saying that they're trying to address the ongoing sewage pollution that's coming from Mexico, and it's starting to affect all the beaches around San Diego. With people cannot even swim, and there's a lot of environmental public health warnings right now around San Diego beaches, and it's killing the vibe, the tourism, and everything else around there.
Damn, I don't know.
So yeah, it says the sewage crisis along the US Mexico border has resulted in more than 100 billion gallons of contaminated water crossing into California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It says persistent closures of popular beaches have diminished tourism and sickened residents and military personnel. One shoreline had to be closed for 1,000 days because of high levels of toxins in the water. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, man.
That is crazy.
And it sucks because I'm actually going to San Diego tomorrow. Like I was all
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah, I'm
know.
gonna go swimming, I'm gonna go do this and
I
that,
know.
and now I'm like starting to find out I'm not even gonna be able to do any of this.
I know. That's
Uh,
well, they said. Remember, you said PB's still open, so you can go to one beach.
yeah, but if I'm gonna get, you know what I mean? If it's all about the money and they don't care about the like the
Oh, you're talking about your
toxins that
health?
are flowing in the yeah, exactly. So I probably wouldn't go swimming even if it was PB. Maybe I'll like dip my feet or something, like that's about it.
Yeah, I get
But I
it.
mean, if it is coming out of like right there, the Mexico San Diego border, then it
Yeah,
would make sense that the further away you go from that, you're gonna have less and less of the contamination,
yeah, of course.
So I think maybe when I go to the beach tomorrow, I might just go to the one in Carlsbad, which is like a good 30 minutes away from San Diego. Maybe a
Yeah,
little
okay.
bit even further. Because I'm gonna be in like Del Mar. I'm gonna be staying out there, kind of by La Jolla. You know.
Okay.
Let's see what else we got for you, Jay. It says, Jay, did you know that there is a large river predator weighing up to 220 pounds that has been discovered as a new species?
No, I don't know. What species?
It says it's a new species out of China. It's a
Oh,
large predator. It's a large predator with thick skin, and it rests on the riverbed and waits for its next meal. You know, but
yeah.
it's a river. It's a river species, so like it's like in the river, but it's
Oh,
huge. It's
okay.
like yeah, it's some kind of aquatic life. There, it's not. They're not calling it a fish or nothing, but it says that it's looking like a catfish. They said, but it's not. But it's something totally different.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's some kind of like cat-looking fish, but it weighs 220 pounds or over 220 pounds, and
damn.
super thick skin, long
Yeah,
snout, small eyes. That's what it says.
damn.
Pretty crazy. China, man, always discovering new shit. I'm telling you, bro.
Hmm. That's definitely true.
Uh, yep. Let's see what else I got for you, Jay. Let's see. Jay, did you know that there was a World War II movie with a 93% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes that has been named the best film of the decade so far?
World War II.
Yeah, it's a movie about World War II.
From when did it come out?
Uh, it says this decade. That's all it says.
Oh, this decade? Oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
I can name you many
Yep.
good World War II movies, man.
So do you know which one we're talking about though?
No, no. I would have gone with Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah, that's World War II. But that was in '98.
Oh, okay.
You said this
I
decade.
guess,
I
yeah.
don't know any
So,
World War II movies right now.
okay. So the movie it would be is Oppenheimer.
Oh, Oppenheimer. Yeah, I didn't
Have
see
you heard
it,
of it?
but yeah, I saw the thing for it. What's his name is in it? That one guy. I forgot his name. And I forgot his name. I saw the the trailer. It came
Oh,
out
okay.
probably like 8 years ago, maybe.
Oh, okay. Good movie, you think?
I don't know. It looked good, but I didn't.
Yeah.
The trailer looked good, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it. It has that one guy. What the fuck is that guy? That's gonna fucking bug me. I may have to look that up. Oh, I hate when that shit happens, man.
Oh, I know.
Because
I know.
it looked like a good trailer, and I was like, oh,
Exactly.
maybe I should see it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So no, it only came out a few years ago. Cillian Murphy. There you go. I saw the
Cillian
trailer
Murphy.
when I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
yeah when I was in the theater.
Okay.
Cillian Murphy, Josh Hartnett, Emily Blunt. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. So it's got a good cast.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't. Yeah, I saw the trailer when I was in the movie, like the movie theater, in the 40X.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where I
Oh, okay.
saw
You
it.
already seen it 40X? Yeah.
Yeah, I usually go to movies in 40X, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I didn't see that movie in particular. I just saw it that it was coming out.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, and I never saw it. It did have a high rating though.
Oh, okay.
It's a Christopher Nolan movie. Christopher Nolan is the guy who made all those excellent Batmans.
Oh,
Like
that's why. That's
Dark
why.
Knight Rises. Yeah, so obviously it's a good movie without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure. For
And
sure.
just from the cast, that's a great cast.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely one that I
Jay,
got to
did
see.
yeah, no, for sure. You got yeah, yeah. I honestly, I've never seen it either, bro. Like I've
Yeah,
definitely like now that I reported on this to you, like I need to see this
yeah,
myself because I'm like, all right,
for
they
sure.
really
It's
like
definitely one
shit.
that's definitely needs to be seen for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jay, did you know that there's a 138-year-old company that is it's a staple in every store, but it just filed for bankruptcy?
What company?
Del Monte Foods.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they're the ones that
Wow.
make all like canned, like everything canned. Like all the
I know.
fruit,
I
vegetables.
bought some.
They
I
buy-
bought some before. I don't really buy cans anymore, but I remember back in the day, I've got that
Yeah.
before. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
really buy
okay.
cans no more. It's just not it's different these days, especially now that I don't go to stores no more. Everything's Amazon for me, so it's like always Amazon grocery. Whole
Right,
Foods.
right.
So I don't really get canned anything,
Got you.
you know. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about actually. I don't get any canned shit.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
Jay, did you know that there is a San Diego-based company that is trying to revolutionize the aviation industry by coming out with an airplane that basically the like where the cockpit is of the airplane, it like so imagine a cockpit of an airplane, and now you're gonna put two cockpits of an airplane into one, so that it's like bigger. It's
What?
like a huge cockpit now. They're trying to basically the San Diego company, bro. They're redesigning the whole look of the airplane. So now the cockpit is like it's like conjoining. So basically, the whole plane is like a triangle. This is the best way I can explain it. The cockpit would be the top of a triangle, and then the plane goes down like a triangle. So it's like a double.
What?
Yeah,
I
it's like
don't know.
crazy, bro.
I'd have to see it. That doesn't make any sense, actually. It
Yeah,
makes no sense.
it's
I'm like trying to put it together. Like, the hell's he talking about?
it's really weird, bro.
It sounds weird, man. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Um, how can I try to even explain this to you?
It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm sure I could, when I look it up or something, I'll see it. That's just, yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
So basically, okay, this is I'm going to read this from what it says on this thing. It says
Yeah.
this will be a plane that shows no clear distinction between its main fuselage and wings, although it has them both. It's a choice that, in theory, should deliver several advantages over traditional aircraft frames. For one, such a plane would be capable of generating more lift and would face less drag as it moves through the air. When it comes to interior space, because it's not a small tube with wings to its sides, it would deliver a lot more interior space for people to enjoy. So, yeah, that's pretty much what it says.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have to see it. Visual
Yeah,
with this one, man.
right,
It's
right.
not helping out with the words.
Uh, yeah. You know what? I'll probably try to pull it up for you then. But
It'd
I
be a
got to
lot
figure
better
out
just
what
to see it.
BWB aircraft. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull this up for everybody. For everybody. Shit, what am I doing?
Hold on. I gotta grab
Uh-oh.
some. Let me grab some.
Um, damn, something just happened and I don't know what.
Oh shit.
Maybe that wasn't a good idea because when I'm not at the house and I'm trying to do things, then tabs are not
Popping up.
going the way as planned. Okay, I'm gonna not do this. Yeah,
It's all good, bro. No
it's not
worries.
gonna work.
Like I said, I'll check it out when it's time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just check it out when you get a chance because I don't want to screw up the whole
Yeah.
show because of airplane.
It's all good, man. No worries.
Cool, cool. All right, and let's get
Yeah.
into our last part of the segment, and this is going to be for the 7 top dog breeds that do well in hot weather and warm climates. Or no, no, you know what? I think we did one that was very similar to that. I'm going to go with something else. I'm going to do a car one. Let's do the 5 cars with trade-in values so low that they're not worth selling. How about that?
All right.
Let me find. Let me get into number 5 first. All right, guys. Number 5, top 5 cars that their trade value is so low they're not worth selling would be the Dodge Hornet. That's number 5.
Hornet? I don't even know what that
Hornet,
is.
yeah. According to Fix, Dodge Hornet was the slowest selling new automobile with a 299-day supply on dealer lots as of late 2024. They explained that an oversupply of slow selling models forces dealers to offer low trade in values to clear lots. Moreover, Car Edge projects a Dodge Hornet will depreciate 65% after 5 years.
I don't even know what a Hornet is. Never seen it.
Yeah,
Dodge
yeah.
Hornet? Do you know what that is?
Dodge Hornet. I've seen them before. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I haven't.
yeah. They're like these. They kind of look like. I think they were the ones that kind of look like Dodge Neons a little bit.
Oh,
What
okay.
a Dodge Neon used to look like. I think they kind of turn them into Hornets now.
Got it.
Yeah. At number 4, for the lowest resale value in a vehicle, would be your Chrysler 300. I know you seen that one coming.
Of course. I
So it
remember
says the new.
when they were, when they first dropped them in 50 and everyone were promoting them, remember?
Oh, I know, I know. It
I
says
was
that a new Chrysler 300 depreciates 52.1% after 5 years.
I believe.
All right, getting into your top 3. At number 3, we have this is a good pickup buy if you guys want an EV, and that would be your Nissan Leaf. That's like a small little
I
EV
seen it.
SUV, not an SUV, but a car. But yeah, no, they're cool. I mean, I drove them. They're slow as shit, but they're cool. You know.
Yeah, I know
Um,
someone that has one.
yeah, it says that the Nissan Leaf will depreciate 62% after 5 years.
Okay.
Crazy, right? And at number 2, we have the Maserati Levante luxury SUV.
I believe it.
The Maserati Levante is going to lose about 74% of its value after 5 years, bro.
Most I've noticed Maseratis always lose value.
Yeah,
Even the
they do
cars, not just the SUVs.
because yeah, because they break hella fast. They break down
Yeah,
hella fast, and they're super expensive to fix. You
that's what I
know
mean. Like I've noticed a lot of them. You get older ones for like hella cheap. I mean, dirt cheap.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, not my
And
not
at
my
your
ones.
right, and at your number one spot for the top vehicles with the low that lose the most appreciation or depreciate the fastest, um, you're gonna be like, damn, okay. Like when I tell you this one for your number one, and but that's gonna be the Jaguar I-Pace, which is the also the Waymo cars,
Huh?
the cars that they use, the self-driving cars, Waymo.
What about it?
Yeah, that's number one. So
What do you
those
mean?
cars depreciate 72.2% from their value, from their original value
I
within
believe it.
5 years.
I believe it.
You know?
Because they cost so much to make, especially with
No, no,
all
I'm not.
those.
I'm not talking about Waymo, the company. I'm
Oh,
talking about.
oh,
All I'm saying is that company is buying all those cars. If it wasn't for that company buying those cars, that would be a much higher figure, bro.
what would?
The Jaguar I-Pace losing that much, depreciating that fast or that much within 5 years.
Yeah, but that's good for Waymo.
No, it's good for Waymo, but I'm saying Jaguar I-Pace, they would be like at like 80 or even higher percent of depreciation if it wasn't for Waymo. So that
Oh, okay.
Jaguar in general, with the I-Pace, that car is it's not winning, bro. Like it's like you don't see, and I know you have not seen yet a public consumer driving one of those things.
Never.
Only Waymo drives those things.
Only Waymo.
Nobody
Yeah.
nobody buys them from the public, bro. The public doesn't buy those kind of cars.
I've never seen
Yeah,
anyone in public
that's what I'm
buy 'em.
saying. You would even think you can go so far as to think that the iPace is exclusive, like built just for
It
freaking
is.
Waymo.
It is.
You know?
Didn't they
Yeah.
discontinue it? It's
No,
only for
no,
Waymo. Yeah, it's discontinued, bro.
no, no. I'm saying like with the
Uh,
technology and the shit that they do, yes, but the actual car itself is available to the public.
no, I think they discontinued it just for Waymo, bro. I actually think
Uh,
I actually think it's discontinued and Waymo like it's like you said it's exclusive strictly for Waymo. I don't think you can buy that car.
I'm looking it up right
I don't
now.
think you can buy that car, bro.
First approved, find approved used. On their website, you could buy it on their website, brand new.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've only sold Jaguar in general only sold 49 vehicles in Europe, so
Oh, I know, I know. Well,
I don't think
and
anyone's trying
that's
to buy this.
right, and that's funny because you just reported on that yesterday about the whole Jaguar like not selling, but it looks like it's not just like in Europe too, like because like I said, an
Yeah.
iPace like that iPace car or SUV it's not doing anything if it wasn't for Waymo,
Yeah,
so it's I
you
think
ain't
in the
gonna like
US
I
too.
said, you can't I guarantee you you're not gonna see anyone driving it or out here.
Right,
You're just gonna it's only
right.
Waymo.
And it's
As
not
well
a
as it
bad
should be.
looking car. It's not a bad looking car. I think it's probably because it probably costs so damn much.
Of course. But it's just
That's
yeah,
probably why.
it's exclusive to Waymo now, and that's all it should be. I
Yeah,
don't think anyone should be able to drive them anyway.
yeah, yeah,
And I think, yeah, because I think it would screw up Waymo's, you know, what they're building.
yeah. Exactly,
You know, if you have a
exactly.
human being driving it around and then say they crash, that looks bad on Waymo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's true. All right. Well, let us move on and get into some sports trends. What's going down in the MLB scores, brother?
let's see. Let's pull up the MLB. What we got? Let's see what's current right now. Three current games going on right now. The White Sox are beating the Dodgers 4-2 in the bottom of the seventh. Good job, White Sox. Come on, get a W. The Giants are beating the Diamondbacks 5-3 in the bottom of the eighth. Good job, Giants. And the Mariners are beating the Royals 3-2 in the bottom of the eighth. Those are the three current games today. We had a lot of games today because we had a lot of makeup.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Red Sox beat the Reds 5-3. The A's lost a tough one to the Rays 6-5. Pirates beat the Cardinals 5-0. The Padres beat the Phillies in the doubleheader game one 6-4. And then in game two, the Phillies beat the Padres 5-1. So they had the doubleheader. Let's see. Tigers beat the Nationals 11-2 in game one. And then in game two, the Nationals beat the Tigers 9-4. So they had two doubleheaders. Let's see. I think there was one other team with a doubleheader. The Brewers and Mets, they had a doubleheader as well. The Brewers beat the Mets 7-2. And then in the second game, the Mets beat the Brewers 7-3.
Nice.
Yeah, that's funny. So basically, all the doubleheaders went 1-1.
Yeah. Right.
It's
Right.
hard to beat a team two times in one day, dude. It is really hard
Oh,
to do
I
that.
know. I know.
The Twins beat the Marlins 2-1. The Blue Jays beat the Yankees 11-9. The Reds beat the Red Sox 8-4. Braves beat the Angels 8-3. Cubs beat the Guardians 5-4. Astros beat the Rockies 5-3. And the Rangers beat the Orioles 6-0. Yes, sir. And then what was trending in baseball was Clayton Kershaw.
Well, what's up with him?
That's your boy right there. Well, actually, no, you're not a Dodger fan anymore. But he got in the game. He got over. So he went over 3,000 strikeouts. That's a big milestone in baseball, man.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So big up to Kershaw, man. I feel like he's been pitching for so long. Jesus.
Oh, no. Who's he playing
I,
for now? Dodger? He's
yeah,
where?
he wouldn't play for anywhere else, dude. He's been there for God knows how long.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's played for the Dodgers for so long. Why would you want to ruin your legacy and move teams, you know?
Right.
So
Be like Damian Lillard.
the basketball's different. And Dame, when I report on basketball, yeah, I'll talk about Dame because
Yeah.
Dame could be set up very good. So
Okay. We'll
yeah,
talk about that in a
I'm
bit.
actually pretty excited about Dame too, actually.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Any
All right.
other trending MLB topic?
Well, that's it. That's it.
All right. We also got a chat from Infinite Improbability AI. What's going down? Nice to see you on here again, brother. What's going down?
Yes,
They
sir.
say I drove a Mitsubishi Evolution 9 RS. It actually went up in value after 10 years. Turns out the RS edition is coveted by rally sport enthusiasts.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Yes,
The
it is. The
Evos.
Evolutions, yeah, the Evos, those things are very sought after, highly sought after, especially by rally enthusiasts. I would know. I have a Subaru WRX myself, which is a rally car. But yeah, man, love them. Those are good cars, man. Good cars. I'm glad you got to drive one. You know what? I even know. So with the WRX Infinite Improbability, I actually had a vet before I bought my WRX, but I traded or actually sold the vet, and then after a few months, I bought my WRX because there was a night or a day, I would say, where I went up in the mountains to go race, and freaking a WRX just smoked everything out there, bro. Like up in the mountains because of that symmetrical all-wheel drive system. So yeah, I ended up switching out my vet, and now I'm building up my WRX. I'm trying to get it to like close to like 400 horsepower, and then I'll be set to go. Just trying to get it to my Corvette horsepower. All right, moving on. What you got for NBA trends?
Well, we'll start off. How about with the New York Knicks? They're hiring um, two-time coach of the year, Mike Brown. Remember Mike Brown?
Yeah, yeah, from
Yeah.
Lakers
And from the Warriors and from the
and from
Cavaliers.
Cleveland. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's who the
wasn't he
Knicks
even
will
in
be hiring.
Sacramento for at one point or no?
Yes. Right
Yeah,
after the Dubs,
yeah,
he went to Sac.
exactly,
So he's
exactly.
been around there. But yeah, so he's going to the Knicks.
Knicks now? Okay, okay,
Yeah. So he will be coaching the Knicks next year. Good for him.
nice. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Good
as
for
long as
him,
he's in
man.
the game, that's all that matters, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Good for him, man. He's earned it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Next, we'll go with Frank Vogel. He will be joining the Dallas Mavericks as an assistant coach under Jason Kidd. Good for Frank.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
There
He's
you
a
go.
he's a good he's a good coach. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? He's a solid coach.
Not a head coach, but he'll make a good assistant.
That's what I mean. A good assistant under J Kidd. I think that's
Yeah,
excellent.
right.
We will go next with DeAndre Ayton. He is signing with the Lakers. I told you.
Is he? Oh my God. We need a big
It's so
man, so we'll take him.
it's so
Like I
predictable,
said,
dude. It's so predictable.
well, he's the only big man, like you said, left
The
available. So
only one left, bro. So slim pickings.
they're
But
gonna
yeah,
have to.
there you
But
go.
hopefully, he's gonna understand. He's going to a team that expects like the most from him. So he's gonna have to like really step it up a little bit.
Nah, in your
Hopefully,
case, I hope so, bro. But
in my case, I
good
hope so too.
good luck because you lost a few players already.
I know. I know. We're just making some. We'll just bring up some space. Some cap space. That's all we're doing.
Well, you paid him a good amount. He's earning 34 million next season because you don't have a center, so they're paying him a hefty amount. Like I told you, he wanted a lot. That's a lot for that guy. That guy's
But that
that was
honestly,
like 34. Man,
that's actually perfect because if we have him as our starter, and then we'll have Jackson Hayes as our, bench who comes off,
I
that'll
don't
be
know.
perfect because Hayes can do some damage, but he's not a good starter yet because he's too young. He's not solidified like that. But DeAndre Ayton, he can actually do some like real work in the beginning, and then later on let Hayes kind of just do what he got to do.
I have no idea. I have no idea,
Just
bro.
saying. Just
Good
saying.
luck. Free agent
Yes,
guard
sir.
Dante Exum. He is signing to the Mavericks on a 1 year deal, so he's going to be like another backup guard.
Oh,
He's all
okay.
right. He's nothing crazy. They're just trying to load up the in the backcourt.
Right.
Spencer Dinwiddie, he will be signing with the Hornets. He's not bad. Dinwiddie's okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's always coming off the bench.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Giannis very upset with the Bucks waiving Dame Lillard. He put two cryptic posts on there. He's pretty upset of what they did. So he's not very happy about it.
Yeah, but
So
he got somebody even like more solid.
yeah, but Dame is Dame. Like, he's a guard.
Oh, I know that.
So that was the whole point, was to get someone like Steph to play with Giannis. And now they waived him for a big man. Like you said, Giannis plays big man. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I get it. But he's pissed off at what they did to Dame, as well as
Yeah,
he
but
should
like
be.
you said, he'll be cool because as soon as as soon as like the games start again, the NBA, what's gonna happen? He's gonna move to power forward position, not center no more. And then he's gonna be a happy camper because now he doesn't have to play center, which he doesn't want to play center.
And who's playing guard for Dame?
What do you mean who's playing? You do, and from now until October, you don't think they're gonna pick up somebody? They're gonna pick somebody up for sure.
Well, they spent $110 million on Miles Turner.
Right, right. So they're not gonna be able to pick up somebody that's like hella good, but they'll pick up a Spencer Dinwiddie.
Exactly. So the
You know?
thing about this whole thing, because Giannis is a very solid individual, as you know. He takes that shit personal. I love it because Giannis, like I said, Giannis is straight arrow, good dude,
Yeah,
solid. But so he's pissed off about the Dame thing. So remember, he could still opt and go anywhere he wants.
yeah.
Remember that.
That's why he's
But
going to the Lakers.
Dame on the other hand, huh?
That's why he's going to the Lakers.
I I mean, yeah, I didn't say all that. They can't afford him anyway. But so the Bucks have to pay Dame his 113 million. You know that, right? So they may have waived him, but they still have to pay him.
Yeah,
It not necessarily all at once. So the fact that Dame is a free agent, Boston is trying to pick up Dame ASAP and
oh
have
my
him
God.
rehab with Tatum. Yeah, since they both have the same thing. So they'll make it the core four. That's why Boston has gotten rid of a lot of their money to try and pick up Dame. So that's their agenda right now for 2027. That's not like they want to pick him up for this year, but he's not playing this year. Just like Tatum, they're not playing. They're out the whole year. So they're what they're trying to do now is pick him up since he is waived. He is clearly waived. He's a free agent. They could pick him up, put him on a vet minimum for the year, and then just obviously Milwaukee will pay out his thing. They'll pay him a vet minimum and then sign him to a deal next year when he starts playing. That's their
I,
agenda right now.
I'm actually not surprised by this whole thing because Dame is known as Dame Dollar. He began his money. I mean, the whole reason
Yes.
he was in Portland and he could have gone to other teams was because they were
Yes.
paying him out the most. So we all
Yes.
know, you know what I mean, that he's about his
Yeah.
money. But
He is about
as
his
far
money,
as,
but
yeah,
he
so if
wants
it
to win
makes
a
sense
ring.
for
You
him,
do
he'll
know
do it.
that, right? He wants
Yeah,
to
for
win a
sure.
ring.
For sure.
You
For
put
sure.
him, you got the core four with him, Tatum, Brown, and White.
It's over.
Now,
It's over.
now we're looking good for the 2027. I told you next season. I told you they're not. I told you they're not competing next season for sure. I already know that, and that makes sense. Their star player is, he's out.
Yeah.
But to have both of them rehab together, I think it's a brilliant idea, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on
Definitely.
with that. The Nuggets, I told you they've been gearing up. Their lineup looks very good, bro. Like their starters and their bench. They it looks like they're beefed up now, bro. They're back. They want to get back to where they were. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that yeah, they're obviously they were trending because their lineup looks very good, dude. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lineup and like I said, their bench excellent as well. So they're gearing up for another run, you could tell. And I think next year would be a good run for them because if you put that team like this new squad, like with Murray, Braun, Cam Johnson, Gordon, Jokic, Bruce Brown, Hardaway Jr., Valanciunas, Watson, Holmes, you put that lineup against that OKC lineup, I think it would be really, really good as like a
Right.
matchup in the playoffs
Oh, for sure.
because obviously Jokic is still Jokic. He's still one of the top players in the league.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And now he got back, he got back a lot now, you know what I mean? And they got rid of Porter Jr., who always hurt. You know what I mean? Obviously,
Right.
he's a good talent, but out of college he had that back injury and, yeah, he was always hurt a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so putting Cam Johnson in his place is smart. So yeah, the
Yep.
Nuggets, they're geared up for next year. They're good for a
Uh,
little playoff run, but we'll see what happens with Giannis, man. That's the big thing, dude. You know, like I said, I always saw Giannis when he got pissed going to the Warriors. I told you.
mhm.
It just
I
it
know.
would make the most sense because shit, that's the one thing that team does need.
Yeah.
You put him with shooting around him, that's pretty untouchable. But we'll
Right.
see how we'll
Right.
see how that plays out, man. But yeah, so obviously everything going on with all the free agency. Obviously, there's going to be stuff to report on every day. But I told you,
Yep.
your Lakers got a center, bro. Good job.
Yes, sir. DeAndre Ayton. I can't wait till NBA 2K26 now. I'll have a center I can play with.
It's all good, man. There you go.
Uh,
But
that's
that's all.
funny.
That's all the NBA. That's all the NBA for today, bro.
Cool, cool. Any other trending
Yeah.
topics in sports, or are you done with sports?
Let me see. I think that was it. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. Well, I will do that one after. The UPenn one. I don't have to do that one now. The
Okay.
Pennsylvania one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let us move on to our daily trending topics. We got national news, we got business news, we got international news sometimes, and we also have a lot of political type news. Whatever's trending, that's what we got. So, starting it off with what's been in the headlines trending recently, we got Jay talking about the Diddy trial. What's going on today in the Diddy trial?
Oh, Diddy, man. I told you, man. Diddy got lawyers so good
Diddy
that
got
Diddy got acquitted,
money.
bro. When you have good lawyers, you get acquitted. So
Yeah.
basically, Mr. Combs got a good legal team. Obviously, I think a lot more had to do with it with the jury as well, with some bread. But he was found guilty only on transportation to engage in prostitution. That is
Hmm.
it. Everything
That's
else
crazy.
from racketeering, trafficking by force, fraud, coercion, sex trafficking, everything not guilty. So he's
Yeah, I mean, when you
only
got
when you break down what he based what he's being charged with, for guilty, it's not yeah, it's not that big. if you
Yeah.
actually break down everything. So,
Right.
you know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean? Not to mention he's already done a little time. So the big thing was he beat Rico. Beating Rico was a tough one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The racketeering and obviously the sex trafficking charges. So he's yeah, when you got bread like that, you can do things. And not only that, I told you he probably has a lot of dirt on a lot of people. So
No, for sure.
yeah, I don't know. I honestly, obviously I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how much time he will do, but it's not going to be, even if they gave him 2 years, he'd be out in 6 months. You know what I mean? It
Uh-huh.
wouldn't be anything crazy, let's just say. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like even if they counted time that he's done, he could even, he might even walk. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know obviously the legal terms, but he's not going to do too much time, I don't believe.
Right.
I don't, yeah, if any time at all. But
We'll
yeah.
see. I mean, it does say that both the two counts that they're finding him guilty on carry a sentence of 10 years each.
Yeah.
So that's still
Yeah,
20
but
years.
eh, I mean, it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing, dude. It's transportation to engage in prostitution, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, if his lawyer's got it knocked down to that, like they've done a great job already.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I mean,
So,
I guarantee you there's no way he's getting 20 years. Like, if
no,
anything,
that's what I'm saying. Definitely not 20 years. And that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Even if he faces 5 years, he'll be back in two.
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
going to
He's
be
not going to
probably about
he's
5
not
years.
doing major time, bro. Like
No,
you know what I mean? Even if he did 10, he'll be out in 4.
no.
You
Yeah.
know how that shit works. It's like I don't know the legal jargon, but it's just how that shit works. You know what I mean? But
Right.
yeah, he's not going to be doing a lot of time. I don't believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
but
Definitely.
yeah, so that was a big thing that happened today, man. That was like this morning.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
All
so
right.
Diddy, yeah, acquitted of those major things, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a good legal team and money.
I believe it, man. I believe it. He's got the money and he's got a lot of people stressing right now. So,
Exactly. Yes. That's a good way to put it. A lot of people stressing is right. So yeah, he's definitely winning, let's just say, obviously, with everything he's
right.
done in life. Shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Some of the stuff I heard, bro, just listening to a lot of the people who they were mentioning, who were given who were being cross-examined and everything, I was like,
Uh,
it's just so weird, man. I can't believe I grew up, and I listened to a lot of Bad Boy growing up, man. Like, who would have thought this guy, it's just weird to think about. It's kind of disgusting, actually. It disgusts me, the stuff that he was doing. It really disgusts me. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what gets to people's heads, bro. It's pretty gross, man.
well, we got infinite improbability saying, I seriously thought he was going to be Epsteined. I just lost a bet.
Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I knew he would be a lot of things would go down, you know what I mean? Like, meaning I knew he wouldn't be charged with certain things, obviously. And they literally took it down to the very I believe the most minimal thing you could see.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, transportation. Like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying?
And it's not
Like,
like he was the one driving, he just provided it.
that's what I mean. Like, bro, like literally, like I said, man, his legal team is winning, bro. So
Yep. Very
just
true.
crazy.
Very
It's
true.
just crazy the fact that the shit that he was involved in. I just can't. It shocks me because, like I said, as a kid listening to Bad Boy and all that, I was like, damn, this dude really came up, this and that, and he was doing all this fucking garbage, like sickening shit. It's fucking disgusting, bro.
I mean, when you
Really
got all that money
disgusting.
and you get bored of life, bro, like,
Why
it's
is
kind
that
of
an
like,
excuse? Getting bored of life? What? I should. If anyone had that much money and that's what they said they got bored of, they deserve to be punched in the face, bro, and broken nose and everything. It's the
I mean, I
stupidest
think,
excuse I've ever heard.
I
That's
think he
not an
should get punched in the
excuse to
face.
act like a
I,
fucking douche,
I
gross,
know.
disgusting human being. It's
That's what
disgusting,
they do,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
they
fucking
do.
disgusting. I'll tell you this: if I have $500 million, I will not be doing stupid shit like that. It's retarded. Like
Right.
it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like that people act like that. Like this is
You
great.
know,
That's just it's disgusting.
yeah, and I'm the same way because I mean, this is not anything merely as big, but like even like the way my mindset is, like, dude, yesterday we were in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
And I was like, you know what, babe? Instead of going and putting in like $100 into a machine that we're gonna lose the money anyway, let's just walk up and down the strip. There's a lot of performers, and then we'll
yeah,
give money to like the people who actually would deserve it, or who people who are actually like doing something for something.
yeah,
It's not like, you know what I mean, us just giving money to a casino who doesn't even need the money. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So yeah, man, we found like a few. We found one dude who was like on an electric guitar. Gave him like $5.
Yeah.
Found another dude who reminded me of that one dude. I think his name is like Craig Mack, where he just like can rap about anybody walking around or anything. He just bust flows all day. So there was
Yeah.
another dude on the strip who was like that too. Like you were just walking and he would be able to flow right away, come up with some real good rhymes, and he was doing really good. Slipped him like a 10. So yeah, man, I was like super happy about being able to, like, you know what I mean, give like a reward to that positive energy and that positive like thing or that these people are doing for the community of Las Vegas, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. People deserve it, So that's cool,
Yeah, exactly.
you know.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's move on to our next trending topic, which is also the title of the show today, and that is that Microsoft, which is actually the division of Xbox, they're going to be laying off about 9,000 employees in the latest round of cuts. So yeah, it says the move will affect less than 4% of its global workforce across different teams, geographies, and levels of experience. The announcement comes on the second day of Microsoft's 2026 fiscal year. Executives at the Redmond, Washington-based company typically unveil reorganizations at the time of the new fiscal year. It says that Microsoft has held several rounds of layoffs already this calendar year. In January, it cut about 1% of their headcount based on performance. The 50-year-old software company slashed more than 6,000 jobs in May, and then at least 300 more in June. So as of June 2024, it employed 228,000 people. In 2023, it laid off 10,000 people. So yeah, it looks like they are letting go of people. You guys are all disposable. We are all just numbers to these big companies. So yeah, man, like, don't ever think or get comfortable when you're working for somebody, because if it ain't your own, then you are disposable. I'll put it to you that way. We are all disposable. It says Microsoft reported nearly 26 billion in net income on 70 billion in revenue for the March quarter. The numbers were well ahead of Wall Street's consensus, keeping Microsoft ranked as one of the most profitable companies in the S&P 500 index, according to the data compiled by FactSet. So yeah, man, while we're there making like the most money, fist over fist or hand over fist, then yeah, they got to cut and make more money. Which, I mean, it's their company; they can do whatever the hell they want. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that we are all disposable. So yeah, guys, we gotta, I'm saying, at the end of the day, make the money from, like, those kind of companies, but invest it into yourself, because that's the best investment you can ever make, is into yourself. All right. Well, that is our business Microsoft news. Let us move on. And Jay, you got some news about Trump and Musk again in the news. What's going on there?
They've been feuding the past few weeks, but Elon is he was a little mad, bro. He was a little mad, especially, that bill.
Uh huh.
Because Elon worked on Doge, remember? And he's been trying to get down our deficit, right?
Yeah.
So everything has intensified because of the spending bill that passed by Congress.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Elon got really mad. Like, bro, what have I been working on? I've been trying to knock down the deficit, not add trillions more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get where Elon's coming from. And then obviously, you know, Elon did. give President Trump credit where it's due about the whole resolving the conflicts around the world, in with Israel, on Gaza.
Yeah.
So he
Right.
did give him that respect, credit where it's due, but he's pissed off about the spending bill. And obviously
Yeah.
President Trump was joking around back with Elon, with the reporter, like asking him if he was going to deport Elon Musk. He's like, we'll have to take a look, we might have to put the Doge team, on him. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God.
Right.
But the thing about Elon, it wouldn't matter. Even if you did deport Elon, guess what? He has 5 million and a gold card to come right back. I think that
Yeah.
was the stipulation. Remember, like if you have
Right.
5 million in the card, it doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
it
Exactly.
wouldn't
Exactly.
matter if Elon got deported; he'd be back in an hour.
Right.
So I don't
They
even.
would just tax him 5 mil real quick.
Yeah, well, he's honestly, Elon has paid the most taxes ever in history. He paid $100 billion,
Alright.
I think he said,
Oh damn.
in
Holy shit.
taxes. I think he said 100 billion. So he's like, do I earn like a little trophy or anything? You
Right.
know?
Right.
But yeah, man. So that feud is still like it's here and there. You know what I mean? But I mean, I get where Elon's coming from, man. Like President Trump just seems like he's trying to keep a lot of different people happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Making moves obviously for all different everyone. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I mean, I get where Elon's coming from though. The whole, like, I've been knocking down the deficit for you to add hundreds of trillions of dollars more. It's weird. So,
Right. Right.
so I get it, you know,
Yeah.
but, I believe President Trump also said that, Elon was mad because they took away a lot of the EV things, the
Yeah.
subsidies his company receives.
Right. Right.
So I think that's another
Yeah. I
reason why
mean, dude,
Elon's mad.
the man took time away from his companies
Yeah.
to go and do this for you,
Yeah.
and then he got all this backlash. All these people
Yeah.
started hating on him, and
Exactly.
now look what's happening, bro. Now Trump is
Yeah.
trying to like be like, yo,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? Like, come
Yeah.
on, man.
Well, Elon
Where's the
also
love?
he also said he wants to form a new political party.
Yeah, he should.
Uh, yes.
Because as of
Yeah.
right now, the only thing that I see is where is the love? Where is the love? No love,
Right.
bro.
I know, man. They just got to learn to somewhat work together. That's it.
Yeah.
When they work together,
Remember,
they're fine. So
yeah. Remember that show with The Rock being that sports agent? What's the name of that show? Mark Wahlberg
ballers,
directed it. Ballers,
ballers.
right?
Yeah.
So remember when Ricky was getting signed to that new team, but he's like, I need to see the love. Remember?
Yeah.
And then
Uh huh.
when they finally understood what he was saying, like he came off the plane and they did all that for him. That's what they
Uh.
should do for Elon, bro. They need to do
Oh my
something
God.
like that for the guy, man. Like, yeah,
I,
that's the
I
trophy right there,
I
you know?
I get where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Elon's a
Elon is the man.
workaholic
He's the
though, man.
dude.
See, that's what
Yeah,
I
he
mean.
did
So
all this for us.
Elon's a workaholic. Donald Trump's a workaholic. So they have to figure
Yeah,
out something, like you said, to show a level of, like you said, love or respect. That's it.
exactly.
They do that, they'll be fine. So I believe that will happen. I just don't know in what form. So
I think I need to send Donald Trump that Ricky scene and be like, where's the love?
send them a scene
Yeah.
from Ballers, tag them in it.
Exactly. Exactly. And then put this is what you should do for Elon.
Right?
That'd be hella funny if something like that hella like did come about, you know? Like
Oh, I know, man.
I'm
I
telling you,
know.
bro, with social media this day and age, like the potential we have to like reach these like figures
You could
is
reach
so much
anyone.
easier than it's ever been in your life. You know what
No,
I
but
mean?
it's been like, yeah, that's what I mean. It's been like that for like 10 plus years now. So
Yeah.
like it's
I
so
know.
yeah, ever since they came out with these platforms, it's so
I
easy
know.
to yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I remember I
it's
wrote one.
definitely yeah, it's definitely a blessing using if you know how to utilize like this stuff,
Yeah.
these
I
platforms,
know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It really
I
is.
remember I wrote like this one UFC fighter, like this Polish chick. I wrote her like, "Oh, great fight" or something, and then she like wrote me back. I was like, "Damn, like that's so crazy," you know?
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. That's what I mean. That's because everyone has these level platforms these days.
yeah, right,
So everyone sees what everyone writes for sure,
exactly, exactly.
you know. So
Pretty
it
crazy
is.
stuff, man.
It really is, man.
But yeah, so Trump is deporting Musk, huh?
He's not going to deport. I told you, it takes 5 million in a car. They'll be right back. It's there's no
Uh,
point in even doing it because he's. It's not like he doesn't have that money. He'd be like, here, take it. I'm back. It'd be pointless.
right.
It's a pointless thing to do. But it was a good joke. It was a good joke.
Exactly.
I'll give him that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us move on with our next trend. And what are we talking about here? Let's find out. It says that Jay, do you know where Yellow County is
What?
in California? Yellow County, Yolo.
Yeah, YOLO. That's up north. That's up towards Sac.
Oh, that's up towards Sac.
Yeah, up that way. Up that way.
Oh,
YOLO County.
damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a trend today that says that there's 7 people missing after a powerful explosion at California fireworks facility in Yolo County
Okay.
erupted and or exploded, and it says that evacuation orders remain in place.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It says hundreds of people are without power and 7 people remain missing after a violent explosion at a fireworks facility in Yolo County. At least 2 people were injured in the explosion, which happened just before 6 p.m. at a facility. So this was like 3 hours ago.
Yeah,
During a
I'm
news
surprised you
conference
never
on
seen
Wednesday.
those signs. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
yellow
YOLO County. Yeah.
county. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think I did see it before.
Yeah, they're on the way to Sac.
Yeah, I remember. Um, Officials said they have not re-entered the building to search for the missing people, opting to use drones for aerial reconnaissance over the large debris field. Though it
Yeah.
is unclear if the missing people were employees at the facility, no firefighters were injured in the explosion. So yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. That's
Yeah.
like the worst job, man. Like being working like around like all these like what I mean like things that can just like light up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that sucks. Sucks that that happened. R.I.P. to all the people that were affected.
That's just a
And
trip.
yeah, some of y'all might not be getting some fireworks this year.
That's a trip.
All right, let us move on into our next trending topic. Jay, what you got for us about the University of Pennsylvania?
Well, they only came around. It only took them what, a couple years or however many months. I can't even remember. You know what I mean? But they finally agreed to ban transgender athletes from women's sports teams. It only, like I said, it only took so long. You know what I mean? They've been going through this for a while now. But yeah, finally they're yeah, under the new agreement they're gonna revoke. So there was that dude who was competing, in the women's stuff and breaking every record. You know what I'm talking about, right? The
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
Leah Thomas. That was
Uh-huh.
the dude's name. You know what I mean? Like, and he was
Mhm.
just shattering all their records. You know what I mean? Obviously, as a guy, he was like the 462nd ranked guy, but as obviously in
Right.
the girl division, he was killing it. So
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
they're finally taking away everything. They issued apologies to everyone that was going through it. There was that girl Riley Gaines that was really again, trying to speak up for that for the past however many
Uh-huh.
years now. You know what I mean? And yeah, so they're gonna revoke all of it, and yeah, finally do the right thing. They were the only ones. Remember, they weren't the ones on board for hella long, and
Yeah.
they got President Trump was going to take away all their funding.
Right,
Remember,
right.
so they finally came to their senses, and yeah, they're doing it now. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's about time, man. I mean, I don't know why it took that long to understand that. Oh, like a guy was breaking all the girls' records. Probably
I
shouldn't
think
be
they
doing it. You know,
yeah,
it's just
I think they
weird.
were just trying to they're just trying to see if he was gonna like go back, maybe like not stick to what he's saying and stuff. So they were probably just trying to wait it out. And
What do you mean?
now they're like, yeah, it looks like he's serious.
Oh,
Yeah,
you talking about Trump?
yeah. So
Yeah, well, them
that's kind of
cats.
what it looks like happened.
Yeah, well, them cats shouldn't even been doing that anyway, man. It's stupid.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? It's really common sense here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like like they,
That's true.
and it took them a couple years to really understand this too. That's the
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
scary part about that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, like I mean, I don't know, very odd, but finally doing the right thing, and yeah, so it'll go back to just women, and then they'll probably place the women who are like second place, third place. They'll have to do all that, to move them
Yeah,
up to
exactly.
first, So yeah,
Exactly.
finally, you know, I understand where Riley Gaines and all them were coming from when they were fighting
Mhm.
against this,
I mean, and at the end of the day, they would have to have like this wouldn't have kept flying because you're gonna have all these like people trying to join like UFC and all these other like type of things, and then you seen what happened. Like I remember like a year ago or so,
Oh yeah,
they
the
they
guys
let it
joining the
happen.
girls.
Yeah, dude. Remember they let it happen, and then that dude like broke the girl's jaw.
But I mean,
All this other shit happened, bro. Like it's like, come on, man. Like,
but I
so
mean, it's
the
just common
UFC and stuff
sense.
learned.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
come on, man. Like so, them passing this, like you said, finally, it prevents men from playing in women's sports. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it's just common sense things, man. Yeah, like you said with the whole UFC thing. Like, come on, bro. Like, who
exactly.
does this, bro? Like, I don't know, man. Weird, very weird people. But
Yeah,
as long as it's all taken care of now and common sense is up here, it's fine.
yeah, exactly,
So yeah,
exactly.
exactly. So yeah, that was big
All
news today.
right, that was big news. Let
Yes.
us move on now to some small news, which could affect your health, though. So I definitely want to report on it. If you live in the state of North Carolina or even maybe Georgia, please be careful if you are trying to buy some blueberries because there is a an FDA issue of a recall for listeria in the blueberries there. So it says that hundreds of boxes of blueberries were recalled due to possible contamination with listeria, and it has now been issued the highest risk warning by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. It says it says that Alma Pack International, which is based in Georgia, issued a voluntary recall for 400 boxes of its organic blueberries. Um, let's see. It says, yeah, these are the boxes that are the 30-pound ones. So it's like the 30. If you had if your blueberries came from one of those like 30-pound boxes, then that's it. The blueberries were shipped to one customer in North Carolina and can be identified by the lot numbers 13325G1060 and 13325G1096. The recall was initiated after the firm obtained positive test results for listeria during routine testing of the product. Uh, so yeah, just be careful with that, guys. Listeria is no joke. It can give you it can really mess you up, like flu-like symptoms, confusion, stiff neck, headache, loss of balance. It just depends, but that's what listeria can do to you. So please be careful if you are in North Carolina and you are looking at getting some blueberries or you already have some blueberries. Check out that lot number I just gave you guys so that, yeah, you guys do check for that. All right, let us move on and get into Jay's movie of the day because he is watching a classic. A classic, I tell you.
It definitely is.
Let's get
At
into it
least
with
you know
that
which one it is.
Scarface.
At least you know which one it is, man.
Yeah, man. Gee,
That's definitely classic, man. It's not getting much better than that, man.
I don't break my balls for nobody, bruh.
That's
You
classic
know.
right there, bro. Yeah, that is classic right there, man. But yeah,
Right,
excellent film. It just happened to be on. It started right when our show started, so I was like, put it on.
right, right.
Like literally same exact time. So decided to
What
put it on.
what do you what is the movie about for the people that don't know?
You mean to tell me someone hasn't seen Scarface? Are you kidding?
Yeah. The
I'm just kidding.
the
I'm
15-year-old
just
old watching the show right now probably has not seen
joking.
Scarface.
I'm just joking. Basically, you have some political refugees that decide to come to America. They're from Cuba, and one of them being Al Pacino, named Tony Montana, and he carries out a lot of let's say different murders. You know what I mean? And but he wants to come up in America, so he ends up getting involved in he becomes one of the biggest drug lords in the Miami scene. He ends up meeting up with all the big dogs. Like he ends up working for one of the big drug lords, and he ends up overtaking him basically because like you said, he didn't have the balls to run it.
Right, right.
So he ends up, yeah, and he ends up going. I forgot where he flew to. I believe it's somewhere in Colombia. Remember to meet one of the big guys, that's in
Uh-huh.
the game. I forgot his name, but he ends up flying over there, and then talks with him. They end up killing someone in Montana's organization. The guy that he said was undercover, a UC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, but from there he ends up working strictly with dude in Colombia, and then yeah, obviously the other guy's out of it because now there's no more middleman, so they're dealing with each other and they're just going, you know, millions to hundreds of millions and just going overboard. Basically, he's now, a drug lord in Miami, and then he has to carry out things for this group, this
Mhm.
basically big group of drug cartels. And he ends up not doing one of the things they want him to do. And they get pissed at him. You know what I mean? They get really mad at him because obviously he was supposed to kill a guy that wasn't supposed to give this one interview about everyone, and he didn't do it because obviously family was there, so he didn't want to do it. And
Right.
he ends up telling the Colombian drug cartels to F off because, he's
Oh,
Tony
really?
Montana. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
Tony
yeah,
Montana. And he's like, you can't tell me what to do. And then basically
yeah.
how it goes, they end up sending a lot of people over, and you got war at the end of the movie. So
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? So so basically that's what it is. That was all start to the downfall for Tony Montana.
Yeah. Right, right.
Too much greed and power.
That's what happens, man. That's what
Uh,
happens.
yeah, I know, but I mean it's one of the most I'd say one of the most iconic movies out there for a lot of people because he's really going from nothing to everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This
And
is
that's
this is
definitely.
before Trump was in office, by the way.
What do you mean?
With the whole, because he's Trump is the he's deportation king,
Oh yeah,
know.
yeah,
uh,
man. But this is yeah, it's definitely a classic film, man. Everyone, I think everyone has you. If you haven't seen Scarface, it's kind of crazy to me. You know,
yeah, I know.
definitely a classic film. One of the best films, definitely Al Pacino ever made for sure. You know what I mean? Definitely, definitely next level film for sure.
Yeah.
Seen it a
Sure.
thousand times. Definitely an excellent movie. So
What do you rate it 1 to 10?
it's not even close. It's a 10, bro.
10.
10 without a
Honestly,
doubt.
I love that movie. Don't get me wrong, classic, but I would rate it about 9.9 just because there was a couple scenes
Nope.
that were just
Nope.
super slow and kind of weird
Nope.
with the whole sister thing. I don't know.
Name one. Hold on. What do you mean? Name one.
Like the whole sister thing, like he's getting jealous about his sister, like messing with people. I don't know, dude. Like I don't know. It's just the way that it was, like you know what I mean. Like
That's who he was. What that was
there was
very
just a
important.
no, I know, but there was just a lot of like when he's dealing with the sister. There's just a lot of
Uh-huh.
very slow type scenes. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh man, it's just like I need some action up in this thing. You know?
I don't know, man. He killed his own boy over his sister.
So I'm saying, why would you do that, bro?
He punked because that's what I mean. It's very important for his character in the movie. That hence why he died at the end. You know what I mean? He gave him specific instructions in the beginning. She's not for you. Remember? He gave him you. He's like, you could have anyone. She is not for you. Remember? He told him
Yeah.
specifically, and he still went against his word.
But it wasn't even on him. Like she was all
It
like, they're like,
it
you know,
doesn't
so
it
she was
doesn't
throwing
matter. You're
herself
the
at him, bro.
okay, but of course she was because it was like it was his boy, his best friend.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, it's your boy. How you gonna kill your boy
What
over that? It's like, come
you
on,
can't
bro.
you can't hold your own and be like, look, you're my boy's little sister. Back up. You know, you can't do you can't you don't have that in you to say that. Come on, man. But that was based a part of dude's character, and I believe they
Yeah,
needed that in the film because, you know, that's why he went out the way he went out. He would have killed anyone.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that was
So he
uh that
met
was who
he met
that was who he
somebody
was.
that was bigger and badder than he was.
Exactly. That just had more bread and more connects to kill him. Yeah, pretty
Right.
much.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Who was backed by a whole damn military, basically.
Yeah, it's because he had a country behind him, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. But that's a solid film. I'm not going with 9.9 though. No way. That's a 10.
Um,
There's no way. No way. I
yeah.
don't agree with you.
I'll do 9.9. You can keep it at 10.
I will. There's no way there's no point one knock on that film.
Yeah.
One of the best ever. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going with. Yeah, it's all good. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, let us get into which actor we can get into, but before we do that, infinite improbability AI says there was 207 F words in the movie. The movie was 170 minutes. That is about one every 50 seconds. That movie was almost given an X rating. Fun
That's
facts.
crazy. That's a cool fact, actually.
Yeah, damn, bro. 100 and yeah. Every 50 seconds there was a swear word in that movie, bro.
Of course, man.
That's
Miami, Al Pacino, Tony
Miami.
Montana.
Yeah, that first scene with the whole chainsaw, that's what really did it for me. I was just like, oh shit, okay, they getting real now in the
Oh
80s.
yeah, I know. Oh yeah. I mean, they sliced dude up
Yeah,
off a
yeah.
coke deal. Remember that? That was just off a
Oh, yeah.
coke deal. Like they
I
treated
know.
that like that was like 5 mil right there. I was like, damn,
Exactly.
it's only two keys. Like, bro, Jesus, for
Exactly.
chainsawing a dude. Like, damn, bro, real deal
I
right
know.
there.
The real deal for sure.
That's what I mean. But yeah, that was yeah, one of the best films, dude, for sure.
All right, let's do our movies since I think we already did Al Pacino. Let's do our movies on Mark Margolis since he's been in a
Oh
lot of them.
wow, that guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's been in a lot. He's been in one of my favorites, so he's
No,
definitely
I just shit, man. I don't even
he does.
remember what he was in. I just know he was
He,
in. I know he was in your favorite series.
that's what I'm saying. He deserves it, man, because he made it. He made it to that series.
I don't even
Actually,
know what.
two series. You know.
I don't even honestly, man. Like I'm looking at his movies, bro, but I don't even remember him in these movies.
So pick, tell me what is your favorite one of his that you do remember him in, and then all the other ones are underrated, I guess, since you don't remember with him in it.
I I don't honestly, bro. I don't.
You could pick mine too. I don't care because I have the other one, so
Mm,
you can pick one. I
I
don't know if
only
you've even
remember him in
seen.
Breaking Bad. That's it. I don't
Yeah,
remember him
okay.
in anything else. Like it says he's in all these movies, and I'm like, I don't remember his face at all. Honestly, like I'm like looking at these, and I've seen like these in hell, like these are all good ass movies. I don't
Yeah,
remember him
I
at
know.
all in any of them. I'm
Trust
like,
me,
bro,
I don't either, but he's been in a lot of good movies, so
obviously, like I don't remember him in any of these movies, dude. Any of them.
I know, I know. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, I do remember him in this one. Wow, I found one.
Okay, good, good. Let's do it. What you got? What you got?
So obviously, I chose Breaking Bad for my favorites. That's the only thing I remember him in. But I
Uh,
remember him in this one movie. It's called Hardball.
Hardball.
Yeah, it's with Keanu Reeves. When Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves,
yeah.
he's like a gambler, and
Okay.
he ends up coaching these little kids from like I think they were Brooklyn or Harlem. Like, and he used to do it under the table. But the
Uh-huh.
dude that we're doing the movies on, he was like a bookie in it.
Oh, is he?
He's a bookie in it, and yeah, and I was like, oh my God, that's yeah. So I remember that one part, and he was in it. I remember his face now.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah, he was a
definitely.
bookie, but yeah, hardball. So You wouldn't know he's in it unless you've seen that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
He was in it
Exactly.
for maybe, less than a minute.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. And for my favorite one that I'm gonna go with, Breaking Bad would have been my favorite, but you took it,
Oh,
and I let you because I know that that was the only one you really knew.
it's the only one I
But
remember.
there is a really other good one that I really liked, so I'm gonna go with that one as my favorite, and that is the show which I told you about before, Jay. But I know you haven't watched it, starring Bryan Cranston, and that's Your Honor.
Oh wow! So they're in another show together.
Yep, it's called Your
Oh,
Honor, and probably one of the best series. It's only like three seasons, but bro, that 3 seasons, every single freaking episode is like, holy shit, what's gonna happen next? You know?
really?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
good?
yeah. Just that good, bro. It's that good.
Oh shit! Okay,
Yeah, and you'll get through it hella quick. You can literally get through it in like a week or less. You know?
okay. Damn, I didn't know it was that good. That I've
Yeah,
never even. Wow.
super good. You would love it because it's basically everything that I know you to like be how your mind works.
Yeah.
This is right up your alley because it's literally about well, it's about a judge who committed a crime and he's a judge. Now he has to figure out how to cover every single trace or track
Oh
because
shit!
he's a judge. And yeah, bro, just the shit he has to go through to cover every little thing is crazy, dog. It's crazy.
Wow, it's kind of similar because remember in Breaking Bad, he was a teacher, but he had to cover up
Yeah,
his whole persona of
operation and
cooking.
all that. Yeah, yeah. So now he's a
That's a
judge.
trip.
Yeah,
Okay.
now he's a judge, but he gets into bed with like the mob in a way, not like the way you
Of
think,
course he does.
but
Of course he
yeah,
does.
in a way. So yeah, yeah, it's you got to see it, bro. You got to see
That's interesting,
it.
man. So it's kind of similar
Yeah,
to Breaking Bad, except a different route.
right.
Okay.
It is a different
Wow.
route, and is based in New Orleans. Really
Oh,
nice,
okay.
really good movie,
Okay.
really good movie.
All right.
You will like it. You will like it. I promise.
Very interesting.
As far as my underrated of his, I'm gonna have to go with because I don't even know. I didn't even remember him in it, but I guess he was in it, and that's the original Ace Ventura, Pet
That's what
Detective.
I mean. There's no way I remember this guy in it. I know that movie in and out, and that's what I mean. I don't remember that guy in it at all.
I
I
know.
can't remember him in that at all. Like all the movies that are named, like Thomas Crown Affair. I love that movie. Hannibal, love that movie. I don't remember this guy in any of these movies.
Yeah, he was probably like some really small role or
That's what
something,
I
you
mean.
know.
Like the role in Hardball, he was less than 1 minute. He was in that movie.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
in Ace Ventura, he was a guy named Mister Shickadance. Shickadance. Have
I,
you heard of Mister Shickadance?
I I'd have to think of the part of the movie. Like
I know. I'm trying
you
to
know,
think of it too.
I don't know. I'd have to look. I'd have to look at the movie. Obviously, and look
Let me
for
see.
him at a part. I don't know. That's weird, man. Like it says he's in End of Days with Arnold. Don't remember. Absolute Power with
Oh,
like
Mister
all these random.
Shickadance was the yeah in Ace Ventura. Mister Shickadance was the landlord for Jim Carrey. It was his
See,
landlord.
there you go. There you go. And he was all. That's only what one part. That's
Yeah.
why. Remember when he comes in and then
Oh,
Ace,
no.
he has all his animals disappear.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's it. That's the only part. You see what I mean? That's it. Wow,
Yeah.
that's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking
It was
hilarious.
funny. It was like, I heard animals in here, Ventura. I heard them scratching around.
Yeah.
Then
See,
Ventura says, I never take my work home with me, sir. Oh, shit.
you see what I mean? And that's less than 2 minutes probably in that movie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So he play. That's crazy. He plays like random ass little roles. Kind of
I
cool
know.
actually. You
But
get
those roles
royalties
are
from all
actually
those
pretty
movies.
significant, bro. Yeah.
No, but that's what I mean. But he gets royalties from all these movies, and those roles are literally less than a minute, less than two
Right,
minutes. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
damn,
He's winning
smart.
life. He's winning in life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And let's see what else we got. Oh, then we had a bunch of chats.
Chats.
Alyssa, she says End of Days, and she says Ace Ventura, which is yep what I just said. Um, And then we got Infinite Improbability. They say Scarface almost got an X-rated movie because NC-17 did not exist. Only X-rated movie to receive an Academy Award was Midnight Cowboy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Alyssa says also End of Days. He was the Pope for the actor.
Oh, see what I mean? Damn, that's wow.
Yeah, and Infinite Improbability answered our question, and he was Mark Margolis was Ace Ventura's landlord. That scene was with Yes Satan. That scene with Yes Satan. Yeah, yeah, I remember
Yes,
that.
I do.
Oh man, yeah. So he's been in a lot of movies. That's good. That's good. At least we got to report him because he does deserve it. He does deserve a little bit of credit,
Of course he
especially
does.
with that
Plays a
epic
good role.
role. Yeah, his epic. I mean, the most epic role he ever had was definitely with Breaking Bad, and then
Yeah,
also Better Call Saul.
of
So those
course.
were like his two real, like
Well,
like
those were
standing
iconic,
out.
man. That was different.
Yeah,
It's iconic
exactly,
stuff, man. You
exactly.
know.
All right. Well, that is our movies of the day. We are watching Scarface today. So yeah, in case you haven't seen it, we are watching that one. Infinite Improbability says, "I thought Pet Detective was immature when Nature Calls way better."
That's a tough one. When Nature Calls was funny as shit. I don't know which one's better, honestly.
I never seen
Uh,
When Nature Calls, bro. Is it much
what do
funnier?
you
Really?
what?
I never
How have
seen
you
it, bro.
not seen? It came out like literally the next year.
Oh, did it? No, I didn't see it then.
Crazy, bro. That shit was hilarious.
I got a little bit scarred from the first one.
Ah man, that shit was funny, dude. The When Nature Calls,
Okay.
hella funny,
So it's not
bro.
like the first one. We're not gonna see any craziness like that, right?
Oh, you're gonna see some craziness, but it's funny. It's hella funny, dude, because he's out in the sticks. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He's searching for someone who stole. I can't remember. I can't even remember what they stole. It was some. It was a. I can't remember. It was a white bird or a white animal. I can't remember the actual animal. You know,
Oh,
from a
gotcha.
tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
I think I did see it. Oh, it's a tribe. Yeah, I did see that one.
yeah, and
I did
remember
see
he
that
goes.
one. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like Chicago, except he's going
yeah, yeah.
Chicago, Shawshank Redemption. Like
Right, right.
and every time he says
Yeah.
Chicago, they kneel.
He was trying to like fit in with the tribe and stuff, and then I think
Yeah,
they were like gonna
exactly.
like
And
eat
then
him or something like that. Like it's a
yeah, and
crazy
then they
story,
all
bro.
spit on each other. Like
Yeah, yeah. I do remember that movie actually. I did see it. Crazy movie. Another
shit's hella
crazy one.
funny,
That one
bro.
was
Hell.
definitely funnier. That one was definitely funnier.
Yeah, man. It was definitely
Yeah,
funnier. The first one was more, I'd say it had more serious parts.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it was still funny, but yeah, I think the second one was funny.
Right.
I do like the first one a lot, though. I do like the first one a lot.
Infinite Improbability says Shikaka, Great White
Yeah.
Bat of Africa.
Yeah, there you go. The bat. There you go. It was the bat. That's what it was, dude. White bat. Yeah. That's what it was, man. That's what it was right there, bro. God, I haven't seen When Nature Calls in hella long, bro. Jesus. Long
Gotta
ass
check it
time.
out, man. Gotta check it
That's a
out
great
again.
movie. That's a great movie for sure.
All right. So let us move on and let's get into some crypto. Let us see what's going on in these crazy times with crazy markets. Let me pull that up for you guys because for all we know, this could all be a fugazi. So let's see what's going on for you guys. Okay, looks like we got Bitcoin sitting at 108,688. It is up 2.33%. Looks
Ooh,
like things are moving back. Ethereum, your largest altcoin, sitting at 2,562. It is up 5.4% right now, guys. Fear and Greed Index, we are at 54. We are back, guys. We are back. Neutral, but right on that cusp of greed. So if you guys did buy in yesterday when it was kind of going down, shout out to you. You guys probably made some money today because yeah, it looks like things are headed back in the right direction from what it looks like right now. There is like a ceasefire of the war, so there is no nothing that's gonna like put that bring no war news that's gonna bring down crypto right now. And yeah, it looks like this great bill of Trump's is supposed to have some kind of implementation of some kind of crypto implementation. But for tomorrow, because today's Jay's conspiracy. Tomorrow for my conspiracy, I'm gonna lay down this whole bill that was just passed. I'm gonna lay that down for you guys. So we'll definitely talk more about that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. But
I hope so, man, because Elon's
yeah,
very
yeah.
pissed off about it, man.
Yeah, so I want to go into that. I'm gonna tomorrow. We're gonna break that bill down. We're gonna see exactly what they put into it for the public to not know about and just kind of pass it because we're all worried about World War III. So we'll check that out tomorrow.
Well, Elon says America's going bankrupt quickly because of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard some of it, bro. And
Yeah.
tomorrow when I get
He
into it,
said
you're gonna
just
be
the
like, "Oh,
Defense
damn."
Department budget alone is $1 trillion a year. Just
That's
the
what I'm
Defense
saying,
Department
bro.
budget.
That's what I'm saying.
So
They're
that's
starting
why
to,
Elon
yeah,
was mad.
they're starting to really get into this whole like surveillance and stuff. It's getting kind of actually crazier than I ever thought it was going to get. But like I said, we'll get into it tomorrow. It's no big deal today. Um, trending coins. Your top five. We have number one sitting, which is Bitcoin. Number two is Ethereum. Number three is XRP, which is up 2%. Number four is Solana, which is up 3%, and number five is SUI, which is up 6.98%. When It's always nice when you see these trending coins as your top five because that just means that the people are getting back into the main markets. And then after this is going to happen, you're going to see that all the like altcoins is going to be like altcoins that are like they're going to be trending like the next couple days from now. So, but this is good. That means that the money is flowing into the main coins, which then it's going to pour and trickle down. It's like a trickle down effect into the market. All right, let's get into your top five gainers. Number one, we have Poison Finance. That one is up 1,926%. Number two is Snowy Owl. Snowy Owl is up 1,439%. Number three is Sora Grok. Grok is up 512%. Number four is Coinbase. That's a first. That one is up 403%. Number five is 50/50 One Movement, which is up 298%. And as far as your top 100 mentions for the gainers, number eight, we have Popcat, which is up 216%. Number 21, we have Beer, which is up 173%. At number 36, we have Tidal Finance, which is up 86%. At number 49, we have UX Chain, which is up 48%. Number 61, we have Swarms, which is up 39%. At number 77, we have Mumu. That one is up 32%. At number 89, we have Geek, which is up 29%. And at number 100 spot for the day, we have Okayeg. Okayeg, which is Okayeg. And that one is up 26% today, guys. All right, that is your crypto news. Like I said, just hang on in there. It will. It looks like the markets are going up, and right now, if you are still investing, it's okay, but it's gonna keep getting better and better as of right now because there is no bad news with wars and stuff. We do have infinite improbability saying around that time, Carrie played the Riddler in Batman Forever. And around that time, Ace Ventura loved all animals except bats. Cinephilis said it was Sinphyllis said it was PTSD from Batman Forever. Oh shit, that's crazy. Did you hear that, Jay?
No, actually, I was in the restroom. What happened?
So Infinite Improbability just wrote that around the time Carrie played the Riddler in Batman Forever, that
Uh-huh.
was also the same time Ace Ventura, where he loved all animals except bats, because it was PTSD from the Batman Forever with the bat thing that
Oh,
why he didn't like bats.
wow, that's so random.
That's crazy, huh?
Super random.
I wonder he must have been exposed to like hella rats and hella bats in Batman Forever or something, for him to have that kind of like.
It's just weird. Yeah, it's a true. I totally forgot he was Riddler in Batman Forever.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, did you see
Totally.
you seen that one, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
All the Batmans were excellent back in the day, man.
I got you.
I don't think they were better than the ones, the Christian Bale ones,
No, Christian Bale,
with Christopher
yeah, the best
Nolan.
ones for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. But the ones back in the day were very creative.
yeah, for sure.
They had a lot of different things going on in them. I
Right.
forgot he was in that though. You're right.
I know. I know. All right. Oh yeah. Infinite probability says Sinfile equals movie enthusiast.
Got it.
I guess Infinite is saying he's a movie enthusiast. So that's
I
cool.
like
That's cool.
that.
He's
That's
gonna
good.
know. He's gonna
Me
know.
too.
He's gonna know all our movies that
That's
we're
good
doing.
because I'm on. I like those levels too. I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Let us get into your guys' horoscopes for tomorrow. So this is going to be for July 3rd, 2025. And this is going to be starting with the first sign of the zodiac, which is my sign Aries. So let's get on with it. Aries, fire stands for forcing things. Tomorrow, however, says rest and not fight. Action is not needed every moment. This day is for healing. Set aside some space to slow down and rejuvenate yourself. Release the tight grip of wanting to control everything and simply be with yourself. This softness will not weaken you, instead, it will prepare you.
Point.
Taurus, an achievement may very well ignite a spark in your heart. Do not set it aside, it can lead you back to the kernel of your motivation. Because your nature is rooted in slow, steady progress, this small victory serves as a reminder of your path. Pause and appreciate your effort, for it can feed your inner urge once again. Gemini, you may feel tempted to take an instant stand, but tomorrow encourages you to pause and be inquisitive. What appears on the surface generally does not hinder the full story. Ask questions, listen, and observe. Out of its sharpness and forced slowdown, your mind provides real wisdom. The deeper truth may come as a surprise and alter your reaction. Cancer. If emotions flow high, clarity will not come in a rush, it will come when you slow down. Tomorrow calls for a pause, deep breaths, and gentle reflections. You don't have to solve everything all at once. Solutions will rise by themselves if you don't force the pace. Step aside and let some quiet come in. Then we got J sign, Leo. Your natural light, in most cases, shines through action and words, but tomorrow asks for quiet. In silence, your messages will be pressed upon you, maybe not by others, but all from within. If you step away from outer distractions, you begin to listen to the wisdom within you. This is not a day for bold moves, but rather a day for quiet listening. Virgo, you always observe details, but tomorrow is not for doing more, it is for feeling more. Let your actions be gentle and your words few. The universe favors subtle energy now, not loud expressions. Quiet understanding will bring more answers than pondering over it. Listen to the energy behind the words and not their surface meaning. Libra, tomorrow some feelings might be stirred that take you back to old days. They are not here to hold you, but to be noticed. Look at them passingly as one would notice clouds passing. Do not attach meaning too quickly that you were not. The past does not find you. Let the feelings move through without any judgment. When you keep yourself balanced and allow memory to just remain memory, you are interestingly freeing yourself to experience the present time in a greater way. Scorpio, a familiar pattern may tempt you toward an old emotion or form of reaction tomorrow. You now have the power to stop it. Look it in the face without going into it. Your awareness is your power. This is the opportunity to start making choices for new behavior and to begin responding from wisdom rather than responding from habit. Let your growth speak louder than your past. Then we got my wife's sign, Sagittarius. Going through your day with your usual focus, tomorrow will bring an unexpected insight while that unexpected mind wanders away. Be it in a random chat, a quiet moment alone, or an accidental trigger, do not force yourself to comprehend the whole thing right away. The truth may dawn on one when the mind is at ease. Remain open to astonishment because that needed wisdom may suddenly grace you without much effort. Capricorn, In your well ordered life, tomorrow brings the opportunity to make an about turn, not by force, but by choice. This is not a day to stick with the same habits when they are no longer serving you. One little change in your approach can create a whole new field. Aquarius, you try to keep everything calm, but tomorrow, peace is not something to be offered out to someone else. You need to feel it work in. There's no point in consoling others when in fact you're not fine. Give yourself the liberty to feel fully without hiding between the lines. The moment you stop this act of just being peaceful for someone else, real peace starts to blossom. Last but not least, we have our Pisces. Tomorrow, you may tenderly ask yourself who you are becoming. Much has been achieved in your growth, but part of you is still holding on to the past. It's time to look within to discover who you want to become today, tomorrow. Let your desires guide the way, not your reluctance. There is no need to hurry. Simply feel into this new one. The stars are directing your transformation. Trust the pull towards something new and acknowledge the very changes already underway inside you. All right, guys, that is our astrology. That is our horoscopes for tomorrow, July 3rd, 2025. Like I said, we like to do that to kind of help guide you along your path every day. Shout out to the 39 people watching, by the way. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. Let us move on and get into Jay's conspiracy of the night. What you got for us, brother?
Today I'm just going to be talking about, I'm going back to the Vatican. I haven't talked about them in a while, but I was reading about that story, like about you know, the severed head of a possessed nun that happened
Uh-huh.
back in 1742. So I was
Okay.
like, I want to do some research on it. It was kind of crazy. So basically, in 1742, you had a nun named Josephine Rosenfall, and she was just a regular, normal human being, right? And out of nowhere, she mysteriously just became pregnant. Obviously this was weird because she was abstinent. Obviously, she's a nun, right? So the convent didn't believe her. They thought she was full of shit, basically. And so they decided to run tests, and it showed that she was still a virgin. So obviously, when you have someone who's a virgin, they have a birth that's like an immaculate conception. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So basically, her pregnancy, it was deemed very divine because obviously, that only happened with what pretty much like they've tried to keep that like very quiet throughout the years, like throughout the thousands of years. You know what I mean? Because it's very sacred if
Right.
anything like that happens. So basically, she actually died giving birth to her baby girl who she named Maria. And so Maria Rosenthal, she was born a hermaphrodite. And her condition being like that, it led to whispers of her of demonic origin. Obviously, why? Because there's no father. You know what I mean? She was born from a virgin. You know what I'm saying? And Maria grew up, and she was just a normal girl. And obviously born into the convent, basically. You know what I mean? But what nuns and priests started to do was they started to torment her since she was viewed as like a curse, and people were saying that she shouldn't be existent. Why? Because of what happened. You know what I mean? And her mother died giving birth to her. So what the church decided to do was execute a plan to sacrifice her at the age of 33, kind of like what happened with Jesus. Died at the age of 33. So what they did was they executed this plan, and they basically did it so that they could mask the deed as a divine intervention, meaning like, okay, maybe if we sacrifice her, you know what I mean? Like I can't see why they would do that, but back in the day, the Catholic Church, they did a lot of different things, and sacrificed a lot of different people throughout the years. So basically they found out, like Maria had found out that they were plotting on her. And so she chose to take her own life before they were going to take her life. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so after her death, uh, priests ordered her head to be severed, and like embalmed with like a cross, like you know what I mean? Basically, like just a severed head, put in a box, boom, call it a day. You know what I mean? And they thought, like I said, they thought this was gonna bring like a certain level of like peace. Basically, I have no idea why. It wouldn't make sense to me because they just severed someone's head because of how they were born. But basically, it brought anything but peace. You know, they had a lot of hauntings, you know, of her, and obviously paranormal visions and everything. And like I said, it's weird because obviously this story it never gets cred, you know what I mean? Never gets any credibility. But it's like when you have like an immaculate conception of a virgin birth, like you wouldn't think of a sinister plot like that, you know? So it's weird to me
Right.
that you would even, you know, entertain things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's very odd to me,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? So it's like, but yeah, I like a lot of Vatican stories because obviously I like to report on the Vatican and a lot of stuff they have in their, you know, in their possession and what they do and what they've done throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it
Right.
was very interesting because I've reported a similar story like you know, a few months ago, you know, but it wasn't the same one, but I remember I reported about some nuns in the Vatican, you know, that had their own little like convent, you know what I mean? Like that was secret.
Right.
So
Right.
I always like report on the Vatican when I can, man. And
Definitely.
it would just be weird to see a severed head though in the Vatican, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
In a
for sure.
box, embalmed, you
Very
know,
weird.
it would be crazy, man, you know what I mean? But if there are like immaculate conceptions like that, man, that's crazy to me. That's like certain I wouldn't view it as anything like sinister, you know what I'm saying? I would view stuff like that as like, damn, dude, that's like, you know, blessings. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
That's crazy to me, you know? Because if you're a virgin and you're having, you know, you're giving birth, that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we already know that certain people, they when stuff like that happens, and
Yeah.
it's such a powerful, I think,
Yeah.
meaning
Yeah.
to society, that I think that the higher ups don't want that, and I think
Of
it's kind of
course.
like a passed down thing. So
Yeah, I believe that they probably think they have so much power since they were born
yeah.
from, you know, like, you know, they can't figure out how they were born, you know, or born
Right.
from who. So yeah, I
Right.
kind of agree with you when you talk about the higher ups. It would make a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Exactly.
But yeah, so yeah.
And we got shout out to DTW in the house saying what's up? What's going down, DTW? How are
What
you today,
up?
man? Holding it down for the new Mex 505. I see you, brother. I see you. I'm pretty close, man. I'm in Arizona. I'm in Lake Havasu with the wife on vacation right now. Not too far away, one state away. But yeah, man, can't make it out to New Mexico this time around. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I did promise the
Hell yeah.
wife a trip to. I did promise the wife a trip to Yosemite. You know, my wife has never been to Yosemite, bro.
Really?
Yeah, so I need to. I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? If I do this, like, I'm gonna like record a whole show for like Average Day Joe's. Maybe try to go live in Yosemite because it's such a beautiful place.
It is. It would be. It's hard to get service there though, man. I
No,
mean,
I
the
know that's the
Wi-Fi
thing.
you should be cool at the lodge
At the lodge, yeah.
if you're going to the lodge, but anywhere else outside of that would be real tough.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just go for like a day and then just like
Yeah.
get out of Yosemite and then sleep somewhere around at a hotel that has like Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
pretty good
Yeah. Yeah.
Wi-Fi or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
For
probably the
sure.
way I would do it. So I would just like have record all the videos during the
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
daytime, and then I would have them like uploaded on the Wi-Fi.
Are you gonna hike or are you just gonna?
It'll be like a hike. I definitely want to do a little bit of the half dome.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Hike
saying.
up the
So
half
you
dome. Yeah, yeah. But
okay?
my wife is all about the waterfalls, so we gotta check out the
Yeah,
waterfalls.
I seen both.
Yeah, yeah.
I seen both. Like it's cool.
No, no, they're
It's a cool
beautiful.
place.
So
Very cool
check
place.
that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. It was
Check
a
that
trip
out.
too because when I went, the weather it was crazy because like where Half Dome was, it was all sunny and like you know like okay, cool. It's cool. It's a little warm. But where the waterfalls were, it was like cold, and there was still snow on the ground. So it
Yeah,
was like you had two different climates literally, and obviously the same area, but like the way it's angled, you know, it was crazy. You know,
right,
because one
right.
though that area towards the waterfalls where I went, it was like hella, it was hella cold. I was like, all right, this is cool. But then went to the other side, where we're half dome and everything, all sunny. I was like, oh wow, it's hot. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
it was just
Exactly.
kind of trippy. Like the time of year I went.
Right.
It was cool
And
though.
going back to your conspiracy, infinite improbability says that is where the lure of incubus and succubus, as succubus would steal the seed of a man and give it to an incubus. The incubus would impregnate women with the seed. That was how the church would explain how a nun would be given birth to a child that looks suspiciously like one of the priests of the covenant.
Oh shit, that was some good insight actually.
Yeah, you didn't know about
Interesting.
that?
No,
No. Okay.
no, not broken down like that. I was like, huh.
Well, the person telling us this, their name is Infinite Improbability AI. So you know what I mean. He might have all the info for us. So, Infinite, you need to always be here on our show because you are helping us to hold this show down even more.
Oh,
We
yeah,
need you, brother.
has some good insight for me. I'm like, damn, okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Infinite. Um. All right. That is pretty much it for us. Yeah, we're pretty much done, right? Yeah, we did
I would say so.
conspiracy. So, yeah, I guess we can just finish off then with our final words of wisdom for the show. Jay, what you got for them today for the final words of wisdom?
Mm, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back to Niccolo Machiavelli. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. That's basically just breaking down that, when you're determined and motivated to achieve something, the obstacles, whatever it may be, like, are going to feel just not as challenging. You're obviously going to have roadblocks in life, you know what I mean? And as long as you are strong and strong willed, you're going to overcome every hurdle that's, especially if you're possessed and focused on what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's definitely where I'm going with today because, yeah, everything, there's always going to be obstacles in your way. And it's just about how you overcome them and stay focused because, man, life be tough, man. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
So
oh yeah,
that's what I'm going with today, man. You just have to overcome adversity, and be positive and determined to just make it happen. Whatever you want to do in life, you know? So,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
man.
Very, very well said. And I'll kind of just go off of what you're saying to end the show, and that is, yeah. Remember this, guys. When your heart is clear, your mind is focused, and your soul is determined, the universe listens. Doors will begin to open for you, obstacles will turn into stepping stones, and the path that once seemed impossible begins to reveal itself one step at a time. So, yeah, you don't have to chase what's meant for you. Just walk in its purpose, and the universe will rise to meet your stride. And just to kind of finish off with a powerful, quote: "When you are inspired by some great purpose, all your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction." And that's by Pantanjali. So, guys, yeah, that is pretty much it for us. Like always on the show, health, wealth, and happiness. That is our motto. We're going to end with Infinite Improbabilities' last chat here, which is: speaking of the Vatican, this year, if you walk through the arch of St. Peter's Basilica, all your past sins will be forgiven, similar to the plot of the movie Dogma by Kevin Smith.
Cool. That's a trip. Okay.
Yeah. This happens every 25 years. That's what they're saying.
Damn. Okay.
Damn. So that's this year, huh? After since
Yeah.
25 years, that's it this year.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I don't know, man. I might have to walk through that arch twice this year.
He said twice.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, that's good. Thanks, Infinite. That's really cool news, man. Yeah, I didn't even know it was already been 25 years, and you can, you know, you can walk through the arch like that of St. Peter's Basilica.
That's cool.
to get your sins forgiven. But all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to the 42 people watching. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share so we can give this alpha to you Monday through Friday when we do our lives, and that is at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. I am still working on the date with Kate. I was going to post one today for you guys, but I do post all my shorts right after we do our lives. So I am limited to what I can post or how much I can post of. Therefore, I did not post last night because I was already kind of past the limit on two of the social media platforms. So I'll try to kind of minimize today's post so I can actually get a date with Kate up for you guys. But if not, then for sure I will have it by tomorrow. So just look out for that. And yeah, I think we're also going to have some gym ones coming up for you pretty soon too that we're going to post
Yep.
as well. So yeah, just look out for that as well. And yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. So thank you once again. We love you. Thank you. And until tomorrow, peace out, guys.